a life, can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got.
Hello guys, and welcome to another video. In this one I'll be showing you how to paint your trim pieces and internal trim pieces. These are the tools that you need to paint your trim. It's very straightforward. So what we're doing here is we're just unscrewing the front wind deflector. I guess that's what it's called. Just remove those screws. They're T30 screws, I believe. So there's 6 of them, and then you can just pull out the rubber piece. Then you need to sort of pull up the grill bumper area, as you can see here, and just sort of loosen it a little bit. There are some clips. There's 4 clips on each grill. And essentially all we're doing is we're, pressing onto that clip and releasing it. It's very hard to show you, but this is the actual grill. And as you will see, these are the clips. Yep, so these just go in, and all you're doing is you're pressing down on it to release them. So there's 4. It is a bit difficult to get into, so we'll need you to put sort of your hand in and unclip it. Now what I'm doing is I'll be separating the trim piece with the actual grill bit. These are the clips, as you can see. Just put a screwdriver in the middle and just twist it, and it will release it. Then I'm just cleaning it with some soap and water. Make sure this is thorough. You cannot have any dirt on the trim piece, because it will affect the paint sticking on it. Now I'm just putting in the primer. You can use any primer really, because these trim pieces are already painted, so it's already smooth. Just put some primer on, as I've done there. And then start spraying the color of your choice. In this scenario, I'm spraying it with Drift Gold. I'm trying to go for the sort of M5 CS, which is sort of like green and gold. And this is how they turned out. They turned out pretty well actually, so I'm pretty happy with them. And to fit them back in, all you need to do is just push them back in and clip them. They just clip. And don't forget to put the rubber bits back on. Now you move on to the internal trim pieces. To get the gearbox thing out, you just put in the key, push it in once, and then you put it into drive, and then literally just pull out. You got to press the button and just pull out. Now this part is a bit more annoying. To get rid of this trim piece, there's 3 screws in the back. It's a T20 screw, and there's 3. And it might be a tiny bit difficult to get into, but I'm trying to show you the hole there. And just unscrew it. The bolt doesn't actually come off, it just loosens it. So don't be expecting it to come off. Just keep unscrewing until nothing happens. But you're going to see that the actual trim piece gets pushed out. Again, apologies, it is a bit of an awkward angle. Okay, as you can see there, it's getting pushed out. See that gap over there? Now you get your plastic trim remover tools, because it's like tucked underneath the airbag, so you will need a bit of force just to sort of slide it out, if that makes sense. I'm trying to remove by hand, but it's really tricky, so I'm going to be using the plastic removal tool. So there's basically a clip that's holding the trim piece together inside now, and what I'm doing is I'm prying with the plastic tool to unclip it essentially, because it's not completely loose. So you see there's a clip over there, you see what I'm touching in the back, that's the clip. And it's the same on the other side. Okay, so now don't just pull it off because there's still the wiring for the bits. There's a clip over there. There's just one more bolt in the back as well on each side, which is another T20 bolt that you need to unscrew to remove the electrical components. It's quite tight, so you can't actually pull it out. So it will be a bit tricky to unscrew it, but that's what you're going to have to do. Okay, these bolts do actually come out, so you know, careful not to lose them. And then just remove the wiring from the trim piece, as you can see there. Okay, now we go on to the spraying. Obviously mask off what you need to mask off. Spray it with some primer, as you can see there. Now I actually did mess up because my area was not very clean, so there was some dirt that went on it, so I had to actually sand down the whole section and respray it again. If you make a mistake, just sand down that whole area with like 2000 grit sandpaper or something, and then just spray it on. And try doing the spraying outside, don't do it inside your home because the fumes are very dangerous for you to breathe in. And you don't need too many coats really, it's just maybe 2 or 3 coats, it should be plenty. And so I'm using Drift Gold matte color, so I'm putting a clear coat on top to make it more glossy. Again, just trying to show you the whole process just so that you are aware of exactly what you need to do. This is the final result. You can see it's very nice, it's very shiny, very glossy, it's very the result came out perfect really, and couldn't complain. The one thing I would do different is just make sure that I mask out every little bit, because as you can see there's a bit of overspray, but it's not a big deal for me. I know I'm not too bothered, but just make sure that you mask out absolutely everything that should not have paint on it. And that's it for the video, guys. You know, hope you enjoyed it. It's a very quick one, but you know, these small things that you can do just make your car look a lot more personalized, and it's quite cheap to get this kind of stuff done. So hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.